Hello all, and thanks for coming back for part 2 of my Japan 2018 vlog. If you haven't seen part 1, please check out the link in the description below. We made our way north to Gunma and met up with our friend Michelle, where we spent the afternoon at the Initial D Cafe. Outside of the cafe are replicas of the drift cars in the anime. The following day, we went to Yokohama for the Cup Noodle Museum. The founder is Ando Momofuku. It was pretty cool seeing all the different flavors over the years since the cup noodle's inception. I noticed too that the museum having a lot of positive affirmation messages about never giving up on your dreams and really showcased how hard he worked. One of the highlights about visiting is putting together your own custom cup noodle. The first step is to buy a cup, second, wash your hands, and then third, doodle on your cup. You're then guided through the customization process, allowing you to see exactly how they put together the basic cup noodle unit. On the top floor, there's a small cafeteria designed as an outdoor night market where you can purchase bowls of different noodle dishes and flavors from all over the world. There's also a replica of a small, humble workshop where Momofuku discovered and marketed his pre-cooked instant noodles. Later that night, we made our way to the now closed Anatano Warehouse. Only people over 18 were allowed to visit the place. Despite its dystopian decorations, it's actually a video game arcade, complete with UFO catchers and other popular arcade games. The first couple of floors are decorated after Kowloon's walled city, with creepy and adult themes. As previously mentioned in part 1 of this video, anime-themed cafes are quite popular. I've been meaning to visit Numazu as it was the setting for the anime series Love Live Sunshine. I did a blind box pull for one of their rubber strap collections. People use these as a cute little key holder charm or as part of their eat-to-bag decoration. These are generally randomized, but I somehow lucked out and pulled the complete set. It's really amazing to see the whole city get involved in the spirit of the anime fandom to their small seaside town. I'm not exactly sure how much revenue has been made thus far because of the spike in tourism, but it's such a great way to encourage exploration outside of the typical areas. Unfortunately for me, I developed a really high fever while we were walking around Numazu and had to cut our day short. I'm not sure exactly what I contracted, but I was really short of breath and couldn't walk longer than 5 minutes without having to stop to catch my breath even after taking some medicine. I spent the next 2 days recovering in bed. I've heard about the obscurity of these tightly packed in the corner vending machines, and it was convenient that we stayed close by. One of the reasons for these vending machines' popularity isn't what you can get, but rather due to the wrapping paper. The wrappings have very short, possibly true stories from random people's experiences, and if you could translate it, you can find some good ones. Condo Shrine is home to 3 kami, 2 of whom are gods of fortune, so it's a very popular place for businessmen and entrepreneurs to pray for wealth and prosperity. It's also a setting in the Love Live anime, which made one of its characters, Nozomi, an official mascot of the shrine. One of the things I was most excited about during this trip was finally going to Tokyo Disneysea. This theme park isn't owned by the Walt Disney Company, but they allow for themes and license usage. There was so much to take in when we first entered and couldn't decide right away where to go. Our first stop was a Mediterranean harbor and rode the Venetian gondola. You can get a good view of the points of interest here and can really get a sense of how vast the place is. Our gondoliers sang an Italian song as we were headed back to the entrance of the ride. The whole group also sang happy birthday to one of the passengers celebrating. We got in line for the Journey to the Center of the Earth ride. Unfortunately for us, the wait time was 2 hours long, and all other rides had the same wait times too, which is apparently normal and to be expected. While we waited in line, we met and ended up riding with a very pleasant Cuban family whose in-laws live in Japan. Since wait times for rides are anywhere between 1.5 hours to 3 hours, it's best to spend at least 2 days in Disneysea to experience the majority of things there. It's really difficult to get through the whole place because of how huge it is, especially during the busy season when crowd levels are high. Mermaid Lagoon is the prettiest land because of the underwater aesthetic. The facade resembles King Triton's palace and features seashell architecture and other underwater elements. There's not much to do here as an adult since the rides are mainly for small children. This would also be the perfect spot to go to if you're looking to get a break from the heat during summertime. We rode a ride that was similar to It's a Small World, but the animatronics were a bit more advanced here. I initially thought this ride was going to be centered on Aladdin and Jasmine, but it was actually based on Sinbad. We spent the rest of our time shopping for souvenirs and then left to go back to Tokyo after the water and fireworks show. To compare this show to what we have in the US, it was similar to Disneyland's Fantasmic at Adventureland. I want to come back here again and spend at least 2 to 3 days because there's so much to see. This Airbnb we stayed at was very close to Akiba, about a 5-minute walk. It was also one of the nicer spaces we managed to rent despite its typically small size. One of the things I really liked about this place is it actually had a comfortable mattress to sleep on and not a thin futon. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I want to apologize again for the terrible video quality. I'll be more aware of my camera settings next time. See you all in the next adventure.